Okay, on to parts 3 and 4 of homework assignment 3. Before I get into the nuts and bolts here, just let me just for a second just talk about what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm really not trying to make you a Microsoft project expert. If you go on and get the project management certificate at Embry Hills, you'll need to take a class in Microsoft Project. Really what I'm trying to do is show you the power of the program, introduce you to it, and get you to a point where you can go, yeah, I can really learn this, I can really use this, it can really help me as I move on in my career and even in my personal life. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make you an expert here. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to part 3. Assign the work breakdown structure to the task. That's 5 points. That's a piece of cake. So let me jump into the program and show you how to do that. Okay, here I am in the program. Again, I'm in this thing called Addition. That's my project. And I have all these things here. And I did, last time you saw it, I hadn't assigned the predecessors and the successors, but I have now. I've actually even added another one. I added another task called Paint. Duh. You tape mud, just saying, then you paint. That's important, right? Look pretty weird otherwise. But this is kind of often the case when we work on stuff like projects and we put all the tasks in. We don't quite get all of them. We need to move things around, like the logical order of it. And actually, I noticed something here that's kind of funny too. It's like this floors is right now. It's part of, see this? It's part of carpet. It really isn't. So I'm going to move that thing over, and so it's its own category. So hold on. So to do that, what I need to do is, you see I'm up here in project. I need to go to task, and I just click that. And now that lines up. This is important. If you see these ticks here, that means they're all their own category. Okay, so now let's move on. Just apply some codes here, some WBS codes. So that's simple. So I'm here, and then I right click on tasks, and notice I'm in tasks. I right click, and I'm going to go insert a column. Up pops all these different columns you can insert there, but I'm just going to go down to WBS, and there it is. In the main heading, it's kind of a hierarchy, if you will. So walls starts at 1, carpets another hierarchy, and all the detail underneath, floors, and final touches. That's why it was important to move floors over, so it's on its own deal, its own category, if you will. So that's it. You don't have to do any more than that. But you see this numbering system, maybe where you work or where you're going to work has its own numbering system. Well, that gets a little bit more complicated, and if you really want to mess around with that, you can kind of hit project and it's WBS. You can define these codes. You can get on and real fancy. You don't have to. I don't even recommend it. I just put it in the assignments just to let you know that if you want to, and again you don't have to, you kind of go here, you mess around with it, and you can change this whole numbering scheme. And lynda.com extra credit assignment or opportunity I provided, she does a great job of explaining exactly how to do that. So that's 5 points. That's part 3. So now it's on to part 4. Okay, here we are, part 4. And that's right here. Identify resources to complete the task. That's 10 points. Bullet point 1, develop a list of at least 5 resources to complete the task. So let's just focus on that first, and let's get squared away with that. Okay, here I am, and I think one of the things that's really confusing about MS Project is there's just so many options here, and sometimes we just need to get rid of some of the options when we're viewing things and looking at different views, just to help us kind of wrap our minds around specific components of it. So I encourage this. Just mess around with this. Just hit these here a little bit, mess around, see how it all comes up. And one of the things that really makes it easier when we're assigning resources to get rid of these summary tasks, because they really aren't that important. In fact, they confuse us. So here I am in format, and I'm going to click a couple things. Just watch what happens over here. First of all, I think I should actually probably get rid of this too, because I don't really need to see this WBS right now, so I'm just going to delete it for the moment. I can always bring it back in. And to do that, I'm clicking on this and I'm just going to hide the column. Okay, there it is, it's hidden. Okay, a couple other things that are really kind of confusing to me are these things, these summary tasks. So just watch while I click this stuff. Okay, so this is doing a few funny things right now, but watch while I'm clicking this. And since the screen is smaller, it's moving it around a little bit, but watch while I'm clicking this. So this project summary task is really this thing right here, this thing with a 0. So when I take that off, that 0 and this addition thing, which is this is all the tasks combined, that will come off. So watch this. And so I move it back, and I move it over here. Now that's gone. If I just click it again, it's actually back. I don't really need to see that right now. I'm going to get rid of it. And I'm also going to get rid of the summary tasks, which are these things. So I'll take both of them off. Move this back. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, the first thing I need to do to develop these resources and to then later apply them to the tasks is to just put them in Microsoft Project. So I just go here, I go to the resource sheet, I'm in resources here, resource sheet, and again I click this, and then I start adding resources. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to add them in, and I'm going to put 5 of them in there or so, and I'm going to talk about them when I'm done. So hold on a second. Okay, here we go. So I'm in a resources sheet view, and here's resources I've identified. One is a finished carpenter. It's a work resource, meaning it's an hourly rate type of deal, and so and that's the percent that the finished carpenter will be working on it while he's there. A little bit confusing, I know, but just put it at 100% because most of them are. And this finished carpenter gets $50 an hour. Not going to pay him overtime. Forget it. It's $50 an hour. Sheetrock is a material, and it's priced by the sheet, and it's approximately $10 a sheet, a standard sheetrock sheet, half-inch sheetrock, standard sheet. Paint gallon is $30 a gallon. So I got there's paint here. Granite, this is a 3x6 slab, maybe a little bit over $50 in installed square foot. So we're I don't know, somewhere around here, $1,000. Carpet install price of 1,200 square feet, somewhere around that price. And then when it's all done, there's going to be a party. And I'm not sure how much the party is going to cost. Depends on how well this stuff goes up here. So that, again, I just put those into the resource sheet, and I lined them up. And I have 3 kinds of resources. I have an hourly type of deal, I have a material, then I have this kind of a one-off thing, and I don't know the price of that party yet. So I leave that blank. So that fulfills part of the assignment here. Let me go back to it for a second. Okay, here it is. I've developed a list of at least 5 resources to complete the tasks. Resources should include at least 1 work, 1 material, and 1 cost resource. Done that. Last thing, apply the appropriate resources to each task. So let's do that. Okay, a quick way to get to where we need to be is, I'm in a resource sheet right here. I'm just going to click this, Gantt, and then here they are. Here's our familiar screen. And so let me show you this. So I'm just going to move this over, grabbing it. There's a predecessors, and one more. Resource names. Now we need to apply them to each one of these tasks. Familiar Gantt chart view, and I noticed something. I missed a task here. I missed the party. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have a party. So I'm gonna add the party here as the last task, and then I'm gonna apply the resources to the tasks, and then we'll be done with this. All right, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. So the party's been added. It's actually going to be after the granite countertop. It's like, okay, the granite countertop's in, we're going to party. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here, this is pretty straightforward, and I'm just going to show you this here quickly. And there's more than one way to do it. Again, a lynda.com videos really do a nice job of walking it through, but it's simply a matter of going in here and digging them off. So tape, well, that's part of the sheetrock. You know, away we go. Put it in there, it just adds it to it. The party I could do go down here, that's part of that, and away we go. And that's it. You're dinging them off, and sometimes there'll be more than one. You know, there'll be more than one cost, or more than one resource. I'm not even that concerned about the details, whether or not it's logical or not, that much. I just want to make sure you understand how to go in there and assign the resources, and then assign them to the tasks. And you should be able to do it by watching this part of the video. So that's it. So hang in there with us. Again, I'm not trying to make you an expert. I'm just trying to get you some basic familiarity with MS Project.